What's up, folks? It's your buddy Fatalroadie. Today we're going to be doing the Smackdown review. We started off with a recap of last night on Raw, where Smackdown invaded the Raw locker room. We then have Shane McMahon coming out, talking about last night. Then Sami Zayn's music hits. He comes out, dancing like an idiot. He goes to shake Shane's hand, says no hard feelings about Hell in a Cell. Shane McMahon knocks his hand away and says, oh, there are hard feelings. Sami Zayn mentions that he's talking to Commissioner Shane, not competitor Shane, because if it was the latter, he would take him out in a second. Shane McMahon gets in his face, to which Sami Zayn says that him and Kevin Owens would gladly offer their assistance on the SmackDown Survivor Series team. Shane McMahon says that he doesn't want nor does he need their help at Survivor Series, but if he wants to be on the team, he has to face Randy Orton, which will be later on tonight. We come to our first match, is tag team New Day versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. It's funny to mention that Michael Cole said that this week's SmackDown is sponsored by Jolly Ranchers, and their tag phrase, keep on sucking. I'll let that sit for a second. This is a pretty good match. Gable and Benjamin showed a lot of offense against Woods and Kingston. They had a couple of close near falls, but a little bit of interference from Benjamin gave Gable the opportunity to get the pin. We then have yet another, and it's getting old, Fashion Files. What? I think they were doing Reservoir Dogs for this one. It's no secret, I'm not a big fan. I honestly got up and used the bathroom during this segment. We then come to a rematch from last week, Sin Cara versus Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin takes off right at the bell and starts pummeling Sin Cara. Sin Cara then starts fighting back, knocking Baron Corbin out of the ring. He got Corbin back into the ring, tried for a pin, got a 2 count. Baron Corbin starts taking over. He gets him into the corner, starts pummeling him. The referee gave him the 5 count. He didn't stop, so the referee disqualified Baron Corbin. After the match, Baron Corbin picked up Sin Cara and gave him the end of days out on the ringside floor. We then have yet another recap of last night's invasion of Raw, and then the Singh brothers come out. They mock Paul Heyman in introing Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal cuts a promo on Paul Heyman, calling him a liar and saying that he will beat Brock Lesnar at the Survivor Series. As he's continuing, AJ interrupts. He comes out to start his match against Sunil. The referee orders Jinder Mahal to leave the ringside area. After the bell, Samir tries to interfere. AJ puts him outside of the ring, gives the boot to Sunil, and puts him in the calf crusher for the submission. After the match, Jinder Mahal comes screaming to Daniel Bryan and sets up next week's Samir going up against AJ Styles. We then have a fatal 5-way for the team captain for the women's SmackDown team. Becky Lynch, Tamina, Naomi, Carmella, and Charlotte. Charlotte takes up a fight with Tamina and Carmella outside of the ring. Carmella sends Naomi shoulder first into the ring post. Shortly after, Becky Lynch gets Carmella into the disarm her for the submission. We then have another video package of the Bludgeon Brothers. Dude. Like I said before, I was initially on their side, but looking at them anymore, it looks like it's going to be just a little bit on the ridiculous side. We then have a backstage interview with Dolph Ziggler. I will agree with one thing that he said in this interview: no one cares. I'm pretty much done with Dolph Ziggler. He's basically the Bray Wyatt of SmackDown. Towards the end of the interview, who walks in? Bobby Roode. They start going back and forth about who's better than who, and they set up a 2 out of 3 falls match for next week on SmackDown. Yay. Which brings us to our main event, Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton. Sami Zayn dances around acting all smug and being annoying, which he is, towards Randy Orton. After a couple of chest slaps to Randy Orton, Orton responds back to Sami Zayn with a few forearm uppercuts, knocking him down. After the commercial break, Sami Zayn's back in control. He goes for a pin, gets a 2 count, and Randy Orton starts fighting back, goes for a pin and gets a 2 count. As Orton's starting to take control, Kevin Owens comes out and tries to interfere, which backfires on him, which allowed Randy Orton to get a low blow on Sami Zayn and then set him up for the RKO. All the while, Randy Orton is staring directly at Kevin Owens. We then go backstage where Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan are talking about tonight's show and how Raw didn't show up for Retribution. Daniel Bryan tells Shane that he's positive that Raw will retaliate, and when it does, it's going to be his problem, Shane McMahon. After that, we go off the air. This was an okay SmackDown. I was actually thinking there was going to be more to it, especially with the Under Siege portion of it from last night's Raw. I was actually thinking that we were going to see something from Raw on SmackDown. The matches were pretty good. I think next week Kevin Owens is supposed to be facing Shinsuke Nakamura again. This time it's going to be for a position on the SmackDown Survivor Series team, but we'll find that one out later. That'll do it for this episode of SmackDown Review. Leave a comment down below what you thought of tonight's SmackDown, what you thought of this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.